Peter Randy, Akwahagi, bia. You are the one clamoring for electoral reform. Electoral reform now. Ahead of 2027. Ngwabia. Una never know this country. They will do that electoral reform. They will do it. Public hearing is already going on. I get made that electoral reform. But you know what? I said it before. There will always be a loophole for them to beat the system, to beat their own law. I get money loopholes. The last I can go. So you get this man on top national TV. Now he explain and well. He hit the nail by the head as it be. Relax, Anna, let me give you that. Randy Peters, I'm talking to you now, and everybody that believes that this country will work with electoral reform. Now we go make a work if we are relying on these lawmakers. It no go work. And I'm telling you, they can never make a law that will beat them. They will make a law that will pardon them, that will enable them. All of now we believe saying that them go save this. Now lie, now we go save this country. Electoral reform. You get one man, you go listen to them well. When we come back, let us have a discussion. Watch.
I'm very disappointed with the 10th National Assembly. This is September. They are still doing public hearing. Are we saying we don't know the issues? This has become a recurring decimal. Every National Assembly will spend billions, not even millions, billions annually, perennially, to do electoral reform. And then when they do it, they leave loopholes that you can exploit to make sure that that thing does not work. The 2022 Electoral Act was, I'm part of the civil society. I was involved in the advocacy around the electoral reform under Buhari, the two electoral reforms that were done. But what did we see? When it came to implementation, loopholes here and there that could be explored, and the court, we blame the court.
Don't you blame even the civil society? You have lawyers amongst you.
Well, how do you blame us? We are not the lawmakers. You come up with bouquet of things to do. For instance, even yesterday I granted an interview about what should go into electoral reform. We are talking of diaspora voting, out of country voting, early voting provisions, voting by prisoners. We are talking of having all elections in one day. We are talking about strengthening the law against cross-carpeting and all of that. But not so deaf as those who will not hear. You can make all the memoranda. Today, ahead of this, millions have been spent on advertisements over the weekend. Oh, come to Congress or come and make your presentation. Is it that they don't know? They don't know. They have institutional memory. But everybody, it's an opportunity to make some money for themselves. And the worst part for me is not even the money they want to make, is that they are not expeditious. By February next year, INEC is under obligation to release timetable for 2027. If as at September, you have not even you have not voted at the level of National Assembly for those areas you want amended in our Constitution and Electoral Act, so that the state can take over from you. Meanwhile, by next month, budget will take precedence. Can you see? So by the time you food drag, and it's December, you say, oh, we need to pass this budget expeditiously. So every other thing goes to the back burner. By the time INEC release timetable, you cannot be changing the rules in the middle of the game. So it is called filibustering. And it is deliberate. Because, you have a constitution that says for lawmakers, federal lawmakers, section 68 subsection 1G, you cannot defect except there is crisis at the national headquarters of your party. That is the only ground by which you can defect. There's irreconcilable difference, factions, and all of that. And they would deliberately orchestrate that factionalization in order to justify their defections. But that is even for lawmakers. I've searched the Constitution. There is nowhere where a governor or a president is forbidden from cross-carpeting.
That's right.
That's why all of them who have defected, from the Akwa Ibom to Delta to Cross River to name them, all of them, about 8 of them that have defected under this in the last few years, none of them have been sacked by the judiciary because there's no provision for them to be sacked. You in one hand, you said lawmakers should not defect, but the chief executive who controls the budget can defect without any sanction, without any punishment. So what kind of impunity are you creating? And now the contradiction, TJS and Shomo, the contradiction is that the people, when the judiciary wants to interpret votes, they said the vote you cast is for the party, not for the candidate.
Exactly.
That has been established by Supreme Court in a number of judgments.
All right, Mr.
That you vote for the party. If I vote for the party and I'm the one that sponsored you, why shouldn't you relinquish my seat if you want to leave?
You hear them? If they make that law, there must be an escape route for them. Come to think of it, how they go make law will go catch up with them when they know the kind of people they are? And he gave you a perfect example. Lawmakers should not defect. Lawmakers should not defect. If you must defect, there must be crisis in your party, national body, your party national. There must be crisis before you will defect. Now, if they want to defect, they will instigate crisis in their party, and whew, they will defect. Is that not a loophole? And the one also told the people, they say lawmakers should not defend. But there is nowhere in the Constitution where it is written governor, president cannot defend. Is there anywhere? People that control budget. But inside that same Constitution, they say the vote that you are casting is for the party and not the individual. But the individual can run away with the party's mandate, and the court cannot do anything. Oh, and in your court, they will tell you it is not in the Constitution that they should not defend. But common sense should tell you that as we are not talking about that Constitution, say the vote where they cast now for party, not for individual. Common sense should tell you, say, you no supposed to carry party mandate or go another party. But our court, in order to be in favor with these people, they will say there is no way it is written. Are you getting it? Just like the electoral reform they did the last time. INEC will retransmit, election will be conducted with beavers. There will be transmission of election result in real time via the beaver to the back end of INEC server. Acquire. Then they now say that one is I. I is that it is at the prerogative of INEC to decide whichever way to do their collation. Number one, they don't tell you say we go do election though. We use beavers, we go transmit. Then number two, number one, I. Then I say, as we don't give this as we don't give these conditions, the final say does not rely on us, so it relies with INEC to decide whichever, whether a manual or electronic. That was why INEC told you there was a technical glitch in the last election. When it was time to transmit presidential result, there was no technical glitch when they did for Senate and House of Rep. When you reach president, and one technical glitch, and they told you that they must always create a caveat, an escape route for themselves, so they will keep remaining in power and sucking us dry. Ram the Peter. Did you think well? Oba. They go do am. They go do am, but just no sense they do am. And what a caveat. And what an escape route for them. Now them now. I go sooner later beg.
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation,
Innocent Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.